Your first day in the college or your first day at work, there is a formula to a perfect first impression. Clean enough to be invisible, but unique enough to be remembered. And most of the guys miss this perfect combination. I have tested over 30 plus perfumes to make this list of 7 curated perfumes for you, all under 1500 rupees, that will fix your first impression. So if in case you're looking for the perfume to nail your first impression, this is the video to look for. Starting off with the list. The first perfume is very inexpensive, almost 250 to 350 rupees for a 50 ml, and that comes from the house of Arabian Aroma, Purple Oud. The name suggests oud, but there is nothing about oud over here. See, first impressions are all about smelling clean, uplifting, not trying too hard to be, the beast mode projecting perfume out there. And the point is, you need to smell good, but not in your face kind of a situation. Oud, gourmands, leather-based perfumes, those are not really something that I have incorporated in this list over here. And even if the name says oud, this has got nothing to do with oud, and the naming is kind of a misalignment for me. Now, what is the smell of Purple Oud from Arabian Aroma? This I feel is a unisex perfume, okay? Something that goes really well for a college student and even for a young office guy. I mean, you are young, you're just joining the office for the first time and you are short on budget, because the others are going to be expensive but better in quality. This will offer you the best bang for your buck at that 350 rupees mark, because this gives you the smell of Tresemme shampoo. If in case you have used a Tresemme shampoo or any other shampoo for that matter, you get the fruity nuances, some floral nuances, along with the clean soapy feeling that comes from the shampoo. This basically smells just like that. So if in case you're wearing it, people will get this feeling that you're just out of the shower. And in terms of the projection and longevity, this will project for around an hour, and the longevity is around 4.5 hours when applied on the clothes. After that, you will actually have to top it up. But because the perfume is so inexpensive, you can just put it in your bag and you can just reapply it any given point in time. So nailing your first impression at 250 to 350 rupees, Purple Oud from Arabian Aroma will get you covered. Now, let's move up the pricing and let's talk about some better quality perfumes, okay? Under 1000 rupees. The next perfume is a perfume which I have put a lot of dent, but I have not spoken much about it. That comes from the house of Menworks, and this is called the 90s Shave. Basically, this is a perfume which will give you the combination of aftershave. Imagine Old Spice and that sort of aftershaves, and shaving foam. If in case you have used Gillette or kind of like the shaving foam that used to come, this will give you a combination of that. And trust me, it's a typical barbershop fragrance that has got all the DNA of barbershop and in a very neatly well packaged perfume. And the blend quality is also top notch and the smell is irresistible. It makes you feel clean. You just went to the barbershop and just got a fresh, not a haircut, a fresh shave, okay? That's the kind of feel it's going to give you. It's very clean, it's uplifting, and it's very inoffensive, but at the same time, unusually pleasant. Performance-wise, this is really good. Around 1.5 hour, this is going to project from your clothes. That's stupendous for the pricing, and the longevity is also really great. Around 6.5 to 7 hours, this perfume has radiated from my clothes, that too in a controlled AC environment. But for a first impression perfume, this will give you the feeling of a guy who's put together, who's clean, who's groomed, okay? Mind you, you have to wear the proper clothes as well. The perfume alone will not do the trick for you. But after you have worn the clothes and everything, you have groomed yourself well, this particular perfume will add, not only this, the ones that I'm sharing is going to add +1 to your entire first impression game. Now let's talk about the third perfume in the list. And this comes from the house of Oof, and it's called Coastal Breeze. If there is any perfume from the house of Oof that I will suggest at this point in time, it's Coastal Breeze. Reason, there's a perfume called Afnan Rare Reef, which is kind of an inspiration drawn on the DNA of Pacific Chill. Oof, Coastal Breeze is kind of an inspiration to Rare Reef and not Pacific Chill. Here, what they have done is they have nailed the DNA of Rare Reef to an extent where Rare Reef is around 3000 rupees. That's a beast mode freshie. If you have got the budget, you get the Rare Reef, but that will cost you 3000 rupees. But for 1300 rupees for 100 ml, Coastal Breeze offers you something that Rare Reef does, but at a fraction of a cost. But the only thing that it compromises is on the longevity aspect, because Rare Reef is going to last you easily 6 to 7 hours when applied on the clothes, but Coastal Breeze on the other hand 4 to 5 hours. After that you will have to top it up. But if in case you get a travel size perfume like this, a 20 ml one, even a 50 ml one is 999 and a 100 ml one is 1300, you are sorted. It's inexpensive and you can just top it up at any given point in time. But under 1500 rupees, this gives you a solid perfume that can nail your first impression, because over here the DNA has got some citruses which are sweeter in nature. It has got some grapefruit, it has got some dried fruits, apricot, fig at the end, which kind of adds slight sweet hint to the dry down of the perfume, which is very uplifting in my opinion. And again, unusually pleasant is the term that I want to use with these perfumes. They are clean, they're uplifting, and nails your first impression quite well. Now let's talk about another perfume in the list, coming from the house of My Perfume Secrets and one of my Clone War winner, which is the Green Irish Tweed from My Perfume Secret. Creed's Green Irish Tweed is kind of an expensive perfume. 35,000 is what you're going to pay for that particular perfume. Here you're paying around 1200 rupees for a 60 ml, and the blend top notch. I mean, if in case you check the Clone War for Creed's Green Irish Tweed, you will see there were a lot of hyped perfumes from the Middle East that were supposedly the best clone of Green Irish Tweed out there. But after comparing this one, and then there was other one from India Perfumers, which is Green Dream. But that one is more herbal and kind of gets the opening right. It's very leafy, it's very green, but kind of misses on that soapiness. This kind of captures the dry down much better. And say it's the David of Cool Water DNA, but a bit more herbal, a bit more earthy, grounded is the word that I will use over here. And typically, again, an unusually good smelling perfume to nail your first impression. People will be guessing, like, you know what, the guy who's smelling nice is not always remembered. Those who smell unusually pleasant are the ones that are remembered, and people actually do not understand why they remember the perfume. But people actually do not understand why they remember that person, because smell is a very, olfactory signals are very different from the visual signals. If in case you get a good smell, you will always remember that particular aroma, and these perfume kind of nails that. So again, let's move on to my next perfume, and that comes from the house of Vivian Luxury, and the name of the perfume is Mefisto. Mefisto is basically their clone on Xerjoff's Mefisto. And if in case you don't know how the Xerjoff Mefisto smells like, in case you have not smelled Silver Mountain Water DNA from Creed, then I will have to sum it up as a citrusy floral perfume with some mineralic notes. Okay, that's Silver Shade. Over here in Mefisto, it's a bit more royal and a bit more upscale and a richer brother of the Silver Mountain Water DNA. Xerjoff Mefisto basically smells like Silver Mountain Water, but without that headache-inducing part. It's not that sharp. Over here, the florals are a bit more rounded. That mineralic note is replaced by musk, and it smells very clean, very sophisticated, very unusual again. And Mefisto, I don't know if any other clone exists for Mefisto in the market, but Vivian Luxury has nailed this particular perfume. And if in case I had to suggest something that smells unusually pleasant, Mefisto from Vivian Luxury is the way to go. Around 1300 rupees as well for a 100 ml bottle of this. Inexpensive. Oh, I forgot to mention the performance of Green Irish Tweed from My Perfume Secrets and Mefisto. Both of them are kind of like same. 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes they are going to project, and the longevity is around 6 to 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes, and the blend quality over here is really good. I will say the blend quality for Purple Oud is a bit, here and there. In case of Coastal Breeze, the blend quality is kind of a bit here and there, because initially when I received the perfume, it was kind of a bit harsh. It took some time to settle, and after they settle, there has been zero alcoholic blast from all of them. But this too basically took some time to settle. However, these three right out of the box, they were pretty pleasant, and I didn't get any alcoholic blast, honestly. Now, the last two perfumes remain, and my sixth perfume is as usual. Any clean smelling perfume list without a bubble illusion is incomplete for me, specifically me. The Louis Vuitton Imagination DNA, but done a bit different. Citruses, soapiness, and a hint of black tea. That is what a bubble illusion is all about. It's very clean, it's very uplifting, and a sophisticated smell, not the typical generic smell from the perfumes that usually, the deos and everything holds. Again, unusually pleasant. But I think I have already mentioned Ababal Illusion quite a lot now, and many of you came into the comments and thanked me for the recommendation. I don't know if all of you, when you're going to college, will be smelling like Ababal Illusion, or you're going to office will smell like Ababal Illusion, but hell of a perfume, man. It's one of the best out there. $9.99 for a 50 ml, and it gets you very close to the DNA of Louis Vuitton's imagination. A perfume that will project for an hour, will last for around 6 hours when applied on the clothes. Top-notch blend quality, something that will never go wrong if in case you're applying. Nails the first impression part. And last but not the least is my current favorite that I am wearing for almost 2 weeks now, and that's Montero. That comes from the house of Velour Perfumes. This was highly requested by a few of you that I should go and test this perfume out, and based on those recommendations I got it. And I am actually pleasantly surprised because the unusual smell, I noticed it as well. See, there's a perfume called Terre d'Hermès. Terre d'Hermès has got the note of orange and vetiver baked in, and it's a very upscale perfume, and I loved it. I love the inspiration like Fatan, Hira perfumes off the grid. I love those perfumes. But Montero is basically an inspiration on the DNA of Roja Isola Blu. And Isola Blu is kind of that expensive cousin or that upscale brother of Terre d'Hermès. Over here, it's not only the orange and the vetiver, it has got leather, it has got lavender, it has got mint, it has got birch. It's a very complex DNA, but it smells very upclass and very sophisticated when I compare it with Terre d'Hermès. Terre d'Hermès kind of looks like a kid in front of Isola Blu to me. And Montero somehow nailed the DNA of Isola Blu in such a way. Isola Blu is a very complex perfume, and quite frankly, cloning it is kind of a hit or a miss. I won't say exactly from the full range or the full spectrum is covered over here, but it has covered such a part that you will say in the air, this definitely smells like Isola Blu. And that is where I love the perfume, because the perfume pricing is very spot on. Around 1200 to 1300 rupees, you're going to get this perfume, 55 ml of juice. And there is not many Isola Blu clones out there in the market. And even if there is, I don't think the blend is going to be that good for the pricing that it comes at. Right out of the box, this was smelling nice, this was smelling pleasant, and I didn't get any alcoholic blast as such. Performance wise, this was great as well. Around 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes, this was projecting really well without offending anybody, by the way. And the longevity is around 6 to 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. And for me, that's a winner. And that is the reason these 7 perfumes, I think, will nail the first impression for you if in case you're going to the school, you're going to the college, or you're going to the workplace for the first time and you need something that nails your first impression. Let me know if in case there is any perfume that you have used as a first impression perfume which has worked for you, and I will be, looking into the comments trying to figure out what worked for whom. And if in case there is any feedback, do let me know and I will work on it. So with that, this is the signing off. I'll see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.